Hi guys. If you want to get me out of my clothes, you need to buy the Angry Brothers Big Skull mug. On sale now.
Greetings, faithful followers. Welcome back. I'm Brother Jack Angry, and Countess Boobula is with us today. Isn't she lovely, people? And thank you all so much for all the great responses, the cards and letters, the likes on Facebook. Me and the Countess are just thrilled that you guys have taken and embraced her as much as we'd like to, so much. With the character Countess. So how did you feel about doing the Comic-Con? How did that?
I could say I had one hell of a time.
Well, yes, you did. We met a lot of really great people. We met the guy that Kane from the Jolly Rogers. We met a lot of really great local merchants and cosplayers. A lot of really excellent cosplayers. The guy that did J. Jonah Jameson was very good, very well done cosplay.
All kinds of Earthlings from all kinds of backgrounds.
Well, that's right. Our friend Brittany Rose Gower from Buttery Rose Cosplay doing Katana. That was excellent. So, and we certainly are looking forward to next year, and we do hope the con will invite us back. I certainly hope that they will. You can look for us at other cons coming up, particularly Anime NebraskaCon and possibly CanPaiCon. I'm talking with their organizers about getting us into those, and we'll have further updates coming. But now on with tonight's movie, and we've got a really good one for you. This movie from 1979, Driller Killer. And you were quite impressed with this.
Yes, I'm glad it was brought to my attention. I have to say though, how do you drill into people without the cord being plugged in?
Well, you see, now that's one of those interesting little bits that was actually listed in the goof category on IMDb, and let's face it, this is 1979. This movie, one of the things about this movie, and that most people might not know, is this movie was filmed entirely on weekends. All the principal actors worked 9-to-5 jobs through the week, so the only time anybody, including the producer, who was busy with other larger projects through the week, he devoted his energy to this project, Driller Killer, on the weekends. So, it's after 5 days at work, let's face it, the old brain isn't hitting on all 8, so somebody just forgot to plug in the extension cord.
Lots of regular people doing a lot of crazy stuff.
Yes, it was. There was another in the trivia category, well, in the little bit of trivia about the film. This film was actually viewed by several forensic experts, and they noted that the depth that the driller killer was drilling into these people would not be enough to cause death. It might cause a serious injury, a severe bleeding wound, which you might, if left unattended, bleed out from eventually.
Brain
but
injuries.
Yeah, there you go. But he didn't, the scene where he was drilling into the homeless guy's head, the drill bit only went in maybe about a few eighths of an inch, not enough to actually fully penetrate the skull. The homeless guy might have died later from brain injuries or some complication, but it wasn't enough to kill him immediately.
I guess you could say he had the wrong drill bit.
There you go. It's like, right tool for the right job, Should have used a sharper drill bit. But hey, this movie, the plot of it is an artist goes slowly insane, and because of stressors that with his home, his marriage, his financial situation, snaps and proceeds to kill homeless people with an electric drill.
Has 2 tasty little treat roommates.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, and you all know all about the tasty little treats, don't you? Well, there's nothing wrong with that, and you're quite the tasty little treat yourself. But remember, we treat our co-hostesses with nothing but respect here, unlike the hack. But anyway, I won't go into that. So we're not, without any further ado, we're going to bring you the Driller Killer here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shakarama. Enjoy.
Sweet nightmares.
I want it right there.
Where? You want to put a hole right here?
Yeah.
All right. Right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Holy Christ, man. What is this? What they do? Send us to build a Madison Square Garden?
You mean the masterpiece isn't finished yet, Mr. Miller?
Almost. We need another week.
It's finished. I mean, you know we need the money, so why don't you face up to it?
We'll take it. It's great. It's 2 in the morning, guys.
The Driller Killer is coming.
How come you're not up front with everybody else?
The music's too loud.
What do you mean the music's too loud? You like your music loud. You play all your records loud. You used to like bars, too. Don't you remember how we met? We used to sit in the corner and we used to get really drunk. We used to walk home laughing and singing. Reno, look at me. Yeah, you know, baby. What's happening to you?
Carol? Carol? Halt den Mund! Carol? Was ist hier los? Carol? 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 Hey, komm schon. Steh auf. Mach schon. Wach auf, Kumpel. Was ist los? Na komm schon, mach die Augen auf, Kumpel. Los, komm schon. Wach auf. Wach schon auf, Kumpel. Wach auf. Mach die Augen auf. Komm schon. Mach die Augen auf. Na, was ist denn los mit dir? Komm schon, wach auf. Na los, steh schon auf. Wach auf. Komm schon. Komm schon, mach die Augen auf. Na los. Ja? Komm schon. Mach die Augen auf. Was ist mit dir?
Well, greetings, faithful followers. Welcome back. What did you think of Driller Killer so far? Did you see the scene with his two little roommates? That was one of the main stressors that contributed to his break with reality and his picking up the drill and, you know, just, on the homeless, you know.
Talk about a drill job.
There you go. It's like, as opposed to a screw job, and screw jobs are what the country's getting because of the orange idiot we have in the White House. Brother James isn't here right now, so I can say that. You know, hell no, he's got to go. Hell no, he's got to go. I don't know what your politics are there, Boobula, but...
I guess it depends.
Well, that's...
It's a mystery for all.
Okay, well that's a nice non-committal answer. Way to just straddle that fence. God, I love that about you. You know, you could say, you could sit there and say 1,000 words, and I'm still going, huh? But that's why I love you, because you are mysterious. You're not. We always got to be on our toes around you.
I've been told I have mind powers.
Ooh, mind powers. It's. Well, let's face it. You know, pretty girl walks into the room. All you see. The one flaw with the male body is we don't have a fuel gauge on our forehead. That way you can watch it go from full to empty in the blink of an eye, and you know where that blood's going.
Let's see, when a pretty girl walks into a room, how many men does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know, how many?
I guess you'd have to figure it out.
There you go. Oh, that's a good one. I'll have to remember that.
Maybe you'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, no, it's like, that's why we, you know, it's like I have maintenance staff to do the work around here. You know, I couldn't do the changing the lights and all that stuff. That's just not me.
It's not natural from where we're from.
No,
Lots
no,
of
it's like,
darkness.
hey, you heard the phrasing hell with fluorescent lighting? We came from there, so we know all about that, and that's why they have maintenance, you know. But you can never get them to show up in a timely manner. Now, another nice little bit about the Driller Killer. This movie, besides being shot entirely on weekends, little bit of trivia that I had read someplace that is not widely known is the cast, a lot of the cast were off-duty New York Police Department workers, New York Sanitation, and other municipal workers who the director, Abel Ferrara, that was his name, knew from several documentaries that he'd shot about New York, and that he put the word out that he needed extras for this project, his little pet project he was working on. He was inundated with people wanting to appear in his movie, so he just kind of picked the best of the best, or the ones that he felt were the most closest to the characters that he wanted, and he put them into the movie, but he couldn't pay them. Everybody agreed to work for free just so that they got a credit or some little bit of recognition. And if you look at the credits, you will see, if it hasn't been edited out, some versions it's there, some versions it's not. There's a little message of thanks to the police, municipal workers, and sanitation workers of New York City from Abel Ferrara because of their help. So, you know, guy being an upstanding dude, you gotta love it.
Very, very different from what we usually see, especially in relatively a B movie, I would still say.
Well, yeah, the main character of the Driller Killer, if I'm not mistaken, that was Ferrara. He did it under a pseudonym, but he actually starred in his own movie. He wanted to play that character because he wanted to make a statement on, this was done in 1979, so we were just getting out of the 70s. Nobody really knew what was going to happen in the 80s, you know, it was a whole new decade. We had the 70s, you know, the free love, the hippie generation, the mod generation, and we were going into the 80s, which we would later find out it was
confusion.
Well, which was disco, rampant cocaine use, and corporate greed, and Ronald Reagan. You know, so we were all in uncharted territories. Now me, I love the 80s. I love the music of the 80s, you know, Culture Club and Rick Springfield and all that. And, you know, just to tell you how fucking old I am, sorry, it's like, Brother Jack's a bit of a fossil. What can he say?
That's no comparison to you, really.
Yes, well, you know what, yes, I know, I'm old and I'm proud of it, you know, I'm going to be the guy that's going to be standing on his lawn with his belt up to his chin going, "You kids get off my lawn!"
In about 300 years.
Well, according to people I know, it's like it's happening right now, but you know what, screw them. Growing old is mandatory, growing up is optional, and I ain't growing up if I get a chance.
I don't know how to act my age.
Well, it's like, you do just fine, you know.
I've never been this age before.
Well, well, when somebody asks you how your childhood is, you could just say, so far, so good.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, that's another mysterious answer. But, damn. But anyway, we're going to get back to the movie, The Driller Killer from 1979, here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shakorama. Enjoy.
Go away! does Reno do that you two live with?
Oh, he's an artist. He's a painter.
Yeah? Well, what are you, all fuck 'em, or, who fucks who fucks what?
It's none of your fucking business here.
It's none of your fucking business. Well, I'll tell you something that is my business, and that's Tony. And I don't mind you coming out and hanging out listening to music. That don't bother me. But when you start getting too close to Tony, I get pissed. It's my property, and when you start fucking with my property, I get pissed. My property badge? Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I do have a property badge. And I'll tell you something else. I see you fucking with Tony too much. I'm gonna fuck with you.
Okay, well, you do what you want to do. I do what I want to do. And... excuse me.
Yeah, well, just watch what, you want to do. Fucking bitch.
No. This isn't right. This is nothing. This is shit. Where's the impact? It's just a goddamn buffalo. This is nothing like your other works. This is far from your best stuff, and the size can't hide it. Reno, the worst thing that can happen to a painter is happening to you. You're becoming simply a technician. There's nothing there. There's no feeling, there's no drama, there's no passion. It's totally unacceptable. It's a waste of my time. I can do nothing with this. I'd be ashamed to show this to anyone. It's a mockery. It's a work of pure, unadulterated ego. It is absolutely worthless. Worthless. Stomach this a moment longer. Who would have thought it would come to this? Work!
Well, greetings, faithful followers. Welcome back. What did you think of Driller Killer? Wasn't that movie just gore-tastic? It was gory, it was bloody, it was gritty. There was a couple of scenes in that movie that after watching it, I'm thinking, God, I could sure use a shower right now. But that's the mark of a good horror movie. If it makes you feel dirty, it's got to be good. I had that feeling with the original the remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I walked out of that movie doing this, thinking I had body lice or something.
That is, it's just an experience altogether. Not the body lice, but the movie.
Well, it's like body lice could have been from the vagrant sitting in front of me. We don't know. But if you walk out of a movie thinking you need a shower, a bath, a shave, and
a psychological evaluation,
and a general delousing, and a good psych eval, then you went to a good movie. Another series of movies that gave me that particular warm and fuzzy feeling was the Saw films. Now, we have a lot of the same tastes in movies, I think, my dear. What did you think of the Saw films?
The very end. Very, good moral story, I think. Torture people until they realize their purpose on the earth.
Torture them till they see the error of their ways.
They may not live to see that, but you can at least try.
Not unlike parochial school or, the Catholic Church. It's like, don't forget, these were the guys that came up with the idea that, if you're a witch and we throw you If we throw you in the water and you sink to the bottom and drown, you're innocent. But if you float and can save yourself, you're guilty and we're going to burn you. How the hell does that shit work?
Your life was just fine until then.
Yeah, it's like rampant Catholicism. What are you going to do? But anyway, The Driller Killer was one of those films that comes on, definitely in my opinion, comes under the heading of, it's so bad, it's got to be good. All right. I mean, the acting was great. The characters were gritty. You know, the main character, the driller killer himself, you honestly believe that this is a guy whose little red choo-choo went chugging around the bend, and now he's out, you know, just offing people left and right with power tools.
It's a different art form, if you must.
Well, there you go. It's like, you know, it's like, I may not know art, but I know what I like. And let's face it, I like this movie. So for our rating, we're going to give this the highest rating possible. 5 out of 5 Reggies. You know, because of the fact that this movie is so iconic, and many of our friends and fans who are indie horror producers have told me they use this movie as a guide or as the inspiration to their own projects. Because of the fact it was bloody, it was gory, it was gritty. The main character had no redeeming, he wasn't likable in any way, shape, or form. It's, you know, after drilling through somebody's head as he's walking out, he doesn't pat the dog on the way out. No, he would have probably stuck a drill through the mangy mud. But that's okay. You know, we don't, and believe me, we don't condone cruelty to animals in any way, shape, or form, but you understand what I'm saying.
But to humans.
Yes. Well, yes, it's like, cruelty to humans, now, we're all for that shit, you know. Because there was an old saying that a guy named Francis Bacon wrote back in the, like 1550, if I'm not mistaken. He said when a clergyman told him he was going to be going to hell because of his beliefs and his philosophies, he looked the guy square in the eye and said, there is no hell and the devils are already here. And by what that means is that there could, in his opinion, there could be no metaphysical afterlife where there's tortures and, you know, atrocities committed on our fellow man that we ourselves are not doing to each other. So we don't need any demons or devils to inflict tortures on mankind. We're all doing it to each other in one way.
Hell on earth. And when it's not hell, it's limbo.
Well, there you go. And you heard it here first.
Experience.
Well, yes, we've all had that experience. Although some people are thoroughly deserving of it, you know, but we won't mention any names. Red-headed idiot. Sorry, a little dusty down here. Had a little something caught in the throat. But next week, we're going to be bringing you another great movie. We're going to be bringing you The Severed Arm, along with myself, Countess Boobula, Brother James, Inferna, Lady Torrid, Ash, Sin, Gulia, the rest of the gang here at the Monastery of Mayhem. I'm Brother Jack Angry.
Countess Boobula.
And Countess Boobula. We're not worthy, we're not worthy, we're not worthy. But good night, unpleasant dreams, and let's keep America on top. Watch Horror Host, y'all.
Sweet nightmares.
Well,